Hi guys. Lovely. So I hope you're all well. I just wait for everybody else to turn up. Let's get rid of that. That's working. Good. Hi Lee, how are you? Brilliant. Excellent. So if you could just say hi, those of you that are here, that would be brilliant. So if you could just, I know we normally do voice, but if you could just type hi so I know who's Oh, brilliant. That's excellent, Lee. That's really good news. Hi, Nina. Lovely. Somebody could, Marcy, lovely face. Brilliant. Ben, brilliant. Lovely to have John joining us. Excellent. All right, we'll just give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get going. Now, we've gone back down to 3 viewers. So why is that? Bearing in mind, there's more than 3 of you announced yourself. It's a bit odd. Hi, Jerry. Good. So there's more than a few people, which is brilliant. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight. The first thing is the videos, yes, Lee, I realized that. It's just because last week it was being a bit weird. C'est parce que la semaine dernière c'était un peu bizarre. I was just afraid that it wasn't working. Enfin, j'avais peur que ça marche pas. So just a couple of things. The YouTube videos will always completely be free because, you know, I'm really proud of catering to the crowd of people who are learning by themselves. But I am not saying this as a business person. I'm saying this as your teacher. I really, really, really am very proud of the grammar file podcast that I've done. It would be really easy to be able to refer you to a number of those because they're listed in the order that you learn French or the order that I teach French. So far be it from me to ever make you spend money, but this is, and some of you here have already bought them. I really can't recommend them enough. And it would be really easy when you come up against errors for me to be able to say, listen to number 34 or listen to number 42. And it's just a little bit more ordered than the videos, okay? Lovely. So I will give you the link now and you just send me an email about them. So this is not me after a quick buck. They are, Wendy, who's somebody I teach, has said they're ridiculously cheap for what they are. But I just really recommend them. They're working really well with people. They are all the methodology that we use. They are not the whole video again. They are from the very beginning up to the top of French grammar. So I just give you the links and then we'll crack on. Because it would just be really nice in a classroom environment to be able to say, you know, can you go and look at number this? Can you go and look at number this? So I just quickly give you the links and then you're good to go. And then we will crack on. Just 1 second. Right, so that's there. Good. So if you go there, okay, and then that gives you all the information. So there's 3. There's the vocab ones, which is basically 4+ hours of all the vocab you could need to exist in France very, very comfortably, or in French. There is the grammar ones, which is from 0, absolute beginner, up to as complicated as you can get, reflexive, pronoun, subjunctive, all kinds of stuff going on at the same time. And they're ordered. So, you know, and they're podcasts. So if you like them and you're interested in them, just send me an email to logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. all right? And tell me that you know me from YouTube, and then that way you get a discount, okay? Right, so off we start. So I'm going to take it in the order that, okay, 1 second, let's just go. So I'm going to take it in the order that I see stuff. Can I really remind you, the point of this class is not just about the individual translation that you're doing, it's to watch it back and be given and to get the level stuff from everybody else. Can I remind you a few basic rules? When you give me your oral translation, can you please remind me in English what you were supposed to translate, okay? If I've got your level wrong, can you tell me your level, all right? So off we go. Nina. So only translate the stuff that's meant for you. You're going to send me a WhatsApp too. If you're new to the class, you can join in. Okay. So Nina, you've got the products Luc spoke about earlier are really impressive. I had already ordered them. That's for Nina. Cherry, you're reasonably already competent, but we just got to get the grammar in, okay? I am happy that he spoke about them. It's useful that they are available. Who else is there? Marcy, my new friend, post beginner. So Marcy, Luc is talking to us. He is writing to me. I am happy and with what he is doing for me. That is for Marcy. Lee, I want you to use on purpose, Lee, the verb s'en prendre à quelqu'un, which is to resent someone. I want you to use the verb faire chier quelqu'un, which is to piss someone off. Sorry about the spelling. And I want you to use sans. I want you to use no. What am I doing? Sans. Hang on. So this is a new one for a lot of you. So to resent someone is en vouloir à quelqu'un. Okay. And I want you to use s'en prendre à quelqu'un, which is to go for, attack someone. So I'd like from Lee. He is always attacking me, and that can be oral or physical. So I'd like he was always attacking me. I resent him for it. It's because he had pissed me off. Okay, that's for Lee. John Lester has got the computer I work with is helping me enormously. It's helping me a lot. The man I work for made me very happy. That's for John. Nina, I've done Nina, I've done Cherry, I've done Claire. Okay, Claire, hi Claire, lovely. Alex, this is for Alex. I wonder what he would have done. I was expecting something weird, but in the end it went well. That's for Alex. Ben, I should have never allowed them to go out without to do it for me. But at the time, I had no other choice, but I recognized I was wrong. That's for them. Cherry, have I given one for Cherry? No. Yes, I have. Has anybody not had one? Can they just type now? If anybody's not had one, Loki, ASMR, are you joining me? Do you want one? If so, you need to send me a WhatsApp. Right. If anyone else wants one who hasn't had one, can they type just Luke and an exclamation mark? Right. So Loki, are you sending me one? Right. Cherry, let's have a look. So let's do Cherry's first. Okay. So where's the one I gave Cherry? I'm happy that he spoke about them. Right. The reason, Cherry, that you are someone I'm itching to do a private with. I really love your voice, but we've got to get this grammar up. Basically, you can't use lay if your verb isn't direct. So, for example, to speak about someone, just imagine you're reversing the sentence. So, I speak about somebody, je parle de. So, if your verb is using a de, you are never going to use a lay. Yeah, it's going to have to be, that's why the on comes in. So, if it's I see them, je les vois, je vois les personnes, I see the people, je les vois. If it's I speak to them, je leur parle, because that's indirect. But if you've got of going on, yeah, I speak about them, all right, then that is why it's an on, all right? So let's start marking. I'm in a good mood tonight. Somebody complimented my boots. I've got some new boots, and I got three compliments on the tube. 3 people said they like my boots, but it's Sunday, everybody's had a drink. So, who's first? Lee has said hi, but he hasn't sent it me. Nina has sent it me. So the products Luke spoke about earlier are really impressive. I had already ordered them. So, we've just heard from Nina, les produits que Luc a parlé. This would be wrong, and Cherry, you'd know why. So, Luke spoke about the products. Spoke about the product. In other words, what pronoun are we going to use, Nina, for about? We're going to use de. So de can't go anywhere. Sorry, preposition. De can't go anywhere. Prepositions can't go anywhere. So it needs to be the products about which Luke spoke. Huh? So in other words, Nina, you are reversing the de. So have a little think about that. Let me listen to the rest of it. So, for example, Nina said, les produits que Luc a parlé, the products that Luke spoke. And where's the preposition about? It's lost. It would be at the end, okay? Sont tellement impressionnants was gorgeous. That was all gorgeous. Now, pause, Nina. So, j'avais déjà les commandés. Bits before verbs. In the sentence, j'avais déjà, I had. Yeah. The first verb is avait, isn't it? That's the auxiliary. Bits before verbs. Your mouth, Nina, thinks it's putting les before commandé because the infinitive is commandé and the past participle is commandé. So if I said, for example, I'm going to order them with an infinitive, then yes, the pronoun would come before the infinitive. Je vais les commander. But if I've got the I had ordered, you think where that's going to go, Nina. So you've got some work to do. Good. Hi, Cherry. If you email me about that, my darling, I'll talk to you all about it, or I'll WhatsApp you about it later. All right?
I am happy that he spoke about them. It's useful that they are available.
So Cherry was given. I'm happy that he spoke about them. It's useful that they are available. Almost, Cherry. Good. So, je suis content, or je suis contente, or je suis heureux, je suis heureuse. It depends if you're asking about saying it as me or yourself. Qu'il en ait parlé. So we've got the of them, we've got the en, because if it went the other way around, Cherry, it'd be il parle de. A for the subjunctive. Yeah. Il en ait parlé. We're in the subjunctive past because the first verb out the gate would normally be il en a parlé, but we can't do that because it's I'm happy that. However, though, it's useful, Jerry, is what are my 6 reasons for subjunctive? Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, or emotional. So, in other words, it's plus an adjective. Unless the adjective is very definite, Jerry, that is going to give me subjunctive. So, c'est utile or il est utile qu'il subjunctive available. Okay, so can you correct that one, Cherry? Can you correct that one? Because that verb needs to be subjunctive. And can you give me it's useful that Luke is doing these classes online. Luke is doing these classes. It's fantastic that he has done some this month. And I'm not saying has done them, Cherry. I'm giving you has done some. So give me the correction you've got and do that as well. That's for Cherry. Right? Want, need, doubt, fear, neutral, or emotional. So I've got, next up, I've got John, don't write out for me. I don't listen to it. Yeah, don't write out for me. I want to read. I want to hear it. I don't mark typed work. Not in this class, fella. Say it to me. Yep. I'm going to delete what you've said. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I'm sure it's all great. Let me delete what you said. Clear chat. Lovely. Clear. So I want you to send it me, John. Send me the sound file. Yep. I'm sure it was marvelous. So that won't take you long. Right. YouTube, Alex. So Alex gave me, was wondering what he would have done. I was expecting something weird, but in the end, it went well. Good. So je pense, remember, not je pense, but I wonder, je me demande. Je me demande. So to wonder in French is to ask yourself. Je me demande what he would have done. Je me demande ce qu'il aurait fait. So if you'd ordered those grammar pods now, I'd now say, it would have done, yeah, and I'd give you the number. Ce qu'il aurait fait. Lovely. Je m'attendais à. So to wait for is attendre, no preposition. So I'm waiting for Cherry. J'attends Cherry. I'm expecting s'attendre à. So you gain a reflexive on the left and you gain the preposition on the right. Because we've gained a reflexive and a preposition, does anybody know what we call a verb where we've got a reflexive and a preposition? An A, B, C verb. All right, also available in the grammar podcast. So when you've got an A, B, C verb, you could have done an A, C, B verb. So je m'y attendais, for example, which is very common French. So je m'attendais à quelque chose de bizarre. Lovely. Guys, those of you that are following, something plus an adjective. This is one for you, Cherry. Now, something nice, something useful. Quelque chose de. Yeah, not quelque chose utile. Yeah, quelque chose de utile. Quelque chose d'utile, quelque chose, yeah. But in the end, it went well. Mais finalement, ça s'est bien passé. Reflexive past, poetry past, with an inserted, I can't speak, I probably had a bit of gluten, I just went out for dinner, with an inserted adverb. Ça s'est bien passé. Okay, so I wonder what he would have done. Je me demande ce qu'il aurait fait. I was expecting something weird. Je m'attendais à quelque chose de bizarre. But in the end, mais finalement, it went well. Ça s'est bien passé. So that is lovely from Alex. Next one from Alex. I had enough of him. No, I've had enough of him. I've had enough of this kind of thing. Last time we spoke, about it, he just been on holiday, which pissed me off. Yeah, that's for Alex. You emailed me, Alex, did you? I haven't got that, interestingly. Or I hadn't last time I checked. But I suppose your tomorrow is, let's just check. No, not had them. Not come up, Alex. Not got any. Not got it there. That's really worrying. Are you sure you've done the right? Hi, Abubakar Gabani. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. You're very welcome to join in if you send a message to this. Alex, I haven't had that email. So logic, language learning. You're scaring me now. I'm thinking how many people have asked for them and they're not there. At gmail.com. Haven't had it, Alex. Lovely. Who's next? Right. Marcy's next. Right, so Marcy has a lovely voice in English, and also she's got brains because she's done exactly what I asked for, which is to give me the English first. So we like Marcy. Marcy's a keeper. And I like the name Marcy. Luke is talking to us. He's writing to me. I'm happy with what he's doing for me. Lovely, so Marcy. Good. So basically, Marcy, what you've done is recognize that Luke is speaking to us involves a to. And there are expressions in French where you can say à nous. Whose is the coat? C'est à moi. Yeah? À toi. Your go. À toi. Our go. À nous. But generally, Marcy, whenever possible, if you are doing a verb, okay, if you are doing a verb and there's someone involved with that verb, that's called a pronoun, you are going to have to use the system of pronouns, which are reflexive, reciprocal, direct, or indirect. And the joyous thing is, Marcy, that these four, the four main people, me and te and nous and vous, are the same whether it's reflexive, reciprocal, direct, or indirect. So in other words, Marcy, I deliberately gave you a series of sentences which have got different style pronouns. So one of them is going to be indirect. Actually, no, they're both indirect. So Luke is talking to us. I need the word for to us to come before the Luke is talking. Well, before the talking. Yeah? So think what Luke is talking is. He is writing to me. Now, let me see what you've done. I'm going to imagine that you're going to say à moi again. No, Marcy said that one was perfect. Well done. You did il m'écrit. So bits before verbs, Marcy, the same with us. The same with us. Just do that one again. I'm happy with what he's doing for me. Lovely. Je suis contente avec ce qu'il fait pour moi. That was lovely, Marcy. So I'd like one correction on the Luke is talking to us. And this is your next bit, Marcy. Good. Lovely, clear voice. Nicely linked, nicely in the chest. Good job. Okay, but correct me that first one then. So Luke, so I see him. I saw him. Yeah. I speak to him. I spoke to him. And actually, Marcy, pardon if it's a bit boring, but it's just to make sure you've got it. Can you also give me I was seeing him. I will see, I will speak to him. Sorry if it's boring, but I want to check you've got this. I am going to speak to him. So I know that's a bit methodical, Marcy, but I'd really like you to do that. Have you sent me a WhatsApp, low key ASMR? Have you sent me a WhatsApp about that? Right, I'm working my way through as fast as possible. Lee, he was always attacking me. I resent him for it. It's because he had pissed me off. Now, these are using the new verbs I want you to get used to. I cannot stress enough how much it's important to get used to using ABC verbs. That's reflexive verbs with the preposition afterwards. If you're not up to reflexive verbs yet, fine. If you're not up to ABC verbs yet, fine. He was always attacking me. So lovely that you've got il s'en prend, but straight away, Lee, tense. No, you can't say je le lui. No, so basically, he was, you need to change that to the was. The verb is en vouloir à quelqu'un. There's no room for the le. There's no room for the it. There's no room for that. The on is dealing with that. Yeah? So I resent him for it. So well done for recognizing that with the most verbs in the dictionary, guys, this is the same for Marcy, you'll read to the person. So you'll read in the dictionary à quelqu'un. It's very rare in the dictionary that you see je lui or il me. You will see à quelqu'un or just simply quelqu'un or à quelque chose or de quelque chose. You won't get it in its pronoun form. But if I've given you that pronoun, Lee, then you've got to think about that. There's no room for le because there's an aunt there, okay? So, lovely. So go again. It's because he'd pissed me off. The last one was great. So have another little go at the other two, Lee. Good. Nina. Oh, just before I mark Nina, Amy's in. So Amy, Luke wants to talk to me about the region. I am interested in, and I'd like you to use the verb, Amy. S'intéresser à. Now, before anybody notices what's going on, thank you, Alex. I've just had your email. Before anybody notices what's going on with s'intéresser, I'd like you to spot straight away that we've got a reflexive verb with a preposition, which is called an ABC verb. So just saying, okay? That's for Amy, right? Anybody else who wants to join in, send me WhatsApp. I'm getting through them. Nina, I just do it in order, guys. I do it in order. The products Luke spoke about earlier are really impressive. And I had already ordered them. That's it. Les produits dont Luc a parlé. Yeah, okay. Because we've got, and there's going to be an E on the end, okay? For those of you that don't understand why there's an S on the end, it's because products is plural and it's a preceding direct object, which is also in the grammar podcast and on the videos. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't use the free videos, but the videos are a bit longer and a bit more complicated. The grammar pods are like bang, bang, bang. So le produit dont Luc a parlé, that's better. No, I apologize. No, it wasn't direct. There's no S on parler because it's not a direct object, okay? Because, Cherry, okay, let me explain. If you went the normal way around, Luc a parlé de, all right? So you only use que when in a direct verb situation. Anytime you use que, the verb that comes after it, the person that comes after it, that's doing the verb, it's direct. So he wants the tart, cake tart, not person tart, the tart that he wants, qu'il veut. Because il veut la tarte. There was no preposition, it was just simply verb going into the thing. Okay? If it was he needs the tarte, il a besoin de la tarte. If you went la tarte qu'il a, de would vanish, there'd be no de. la tarte dont il a besoin. So in other words, Cherry, it's if I said X is the verb and Y is the object, then it goes X de Y. So for example, il parle de la femme, right? X. It goes Y dans X, la femme dont il parle, and it goes X on no Y. So he's well, you wouldn't really use that so much with people, but that'd be more with things. Yeah, il en parle. All right. Cracking on. Jerry, I'll email you about. I'll WhatsApp you about classes later. Good, Ben. Where was that? Isn't that the subjunctive? What needs out? Yes, John. The is the subjunctive, well sensitized, but it would need to be somebody else's verb second. I want the cake. There's not a second verb. Yeah, a cake is an inanimate thing. I want John to make the cake. Je veux que John fasse. So if you're hearing the and you're hearing que, that's nicely sensitized, John. That's good. But remember, what gives me the subjunctive? Person one and their verb, or item one and their verb. Que in the middle, person two. So well sensitized, John, but not in this situation. Okay. I'm glad, Jerry. That's brilliant. Right. Loki. Loki, could you just tell me your level so I can send you something? Right, we've got Benjamin. I should never have allowed them to do it for me. I should never allow them to do it for me, but at the time I had no other choice. But I recognize I was wrong. J'aurais dû leaps out of your mouth, Ben, and well done you. You are a product of logic language learning. So had gluten, can't speak. J'aurais dû. However, j'aurais dû is made up of an auxiliary verb. It might be a pretty clever one, but it's still an auxiliary verb. So that means that's the first verb. Jamais is an adverb. Adverbs go after verb number one. Yeah, adverbs go after number one. If I gave you I have spoken, j'ai parlé, and I said I have never spoken, j'ai jamais parlé, or strictly speaking, je n'ai jamais parlé, where would the jamais go, Benjamin? All right. So have a little think about that one again. Let me listen to the rest of it. So well done, you recognize leur permettre. Right, two things, Ben. Permettre's dictionary form is permettre à quelqu'un de faire quelque chose. Now that à, as Marcy's discovering, more often than not, is going to be used as a pronoun. So leur permettre, as you beautifully done. What was the second preposition that came later on, Ben? Leur permettre à quelqu'un de faire quelque chose. So you need to reflect that de, don't you? You need to reflect that de. Good, but at the time I had no other choice. Yeah, at that time is more à ce moment-là or à l'époque, if you're speaking a bit more of a general time period. À l'époque ou à ce moment-là. Lovely. If you don't have something, you use de, Ben. So I have the money. J'ai l'argent. Okay, that means like I have the money you want. I haven't got the specific money. J'ai pas l'argent. But if you said I haven't got any money, je n'ai pas d'argent. Yeah, I haven't got a sister. Je n'ai pas de sœur. So if I had no other choice, j'avais pas, I needed de to rear its ugly head. Okay. Lovely. Je reconnais. E, Mr. Et un E. Yeah. que j'avais tort. The expression to be wrong, guys, is avoir tort, T-O-R-T. Often just not used. Often we'll just say, you know, I was wrong. Ben, j'avais pas raison. I wasn't right. Yeah. So a few things to correct there. Ben, go again. Good. So that's from Cherry. Right, what she got? Cherry. I'm happy that he spoke about them. It's useful that they are. What did I give Cherry? I know she's given it me. Where did I write that out for Cherry? Because it was quite a long one. I won't remember it. Let's listen to it again, and I'll do a search. These classes. If I do a search on these classes, it'll come up. I know you've given it me already, but it's useful that Luke is doing these classes. It's so useful that Muggins decided to learn to use the find function. Right. It's useful that Luke is doing these classes. It's fantastic that he has done some this month. So in other words, this is what I like to call doing two things at once. We can sit all around like plebs and be like, oh, I'm going to do the subjunctive. Oh, I'm going to do the pronouns. Oh, I'm going to do the adverbs. A normal sentence is going to do everything at the same time. So we've got a couple of things going on here at the same time. Let's have a listen. Lovely. So well recognized, Cherry, just a pronunciation issue. C'est utile is an it's useful que Luc fasse. Les fesses, do you want to know what fesses are in French? This is a fesse. This. You won't forget that word in a hurry. Fesse. A fesse is an ass slap. Yeah, a fesse. So it's a face, okay? Not spelt like en face, but, you know, F-A-S-S-E. So, c'est utile que Luc fasse ses cours. Yeah, CES, these, ses cours. Nobody's going to confuse that with SES, his or her, but it's ses cours. C'est utile que Luc fasse ses cours. It's fantastic that he's done some this month. So in other words, it's fantastic that he has done. You've got beautiful. C'est fantastique qu'il ait fait. You're very nicely transitioning from il a fait into making the middle word subjunctive. But if I gave you any other situation with he has done some, notice we're not saying he's done them. Now, don't be thinking, oh, hang on, but there's no de involved, so I don't need to worry about en. That is going to be en, Cherry, because the some is represented as a de. Bullshit. The sum is represented as an en. I eat it, je le mange. Or feminine, je la mange. I eat them, je les mange. Male or female? I've certainly done that. Both. I eat some, j'en mange. All right? So some is going to be an en. So go again. Pronounce it properly for me, Jerry. Yeah, the first two. C'est utile que Luc le fasse. So, pardon, c'est utile que Luc fasse ses cours. C'est fantastique, or il est fantastique, I don't mind either, qu'il does, that he has done some. Think about where the pronoun is going to go. Yeah, bits before verbs. It's going to go before any verbs. This month, go again, Cherry. Good. John French. Let me just bring up Lovely. Well done, John. L'ordinateur avec lequel je travaille. So this is what I was saying to Jerry about like prepositions can't die. So the computer I work with, the computer with which I work. Lovely. The man I work for, l'homme pour qui je travaille, makes me. Now, did I give you made me very happy? So basically, John, well done for remembering rendre not faire. Everybody take note. To make someone an adjective is rendre not faire. That's in the past, John. So John, can you give me the man I work for made me very happy? Can you stick that in the past? Yeah, I'm telling you that's in the past. Okay. Also, yesterday, this is from John, I got washed. Cherry is happy that I got washed. That's your second bit for John. All right, good. Cracking on. Hi, Sue. Ron, I don't. Right. So basically, Ron, all you do is you send a WhatsApp. Are you on WhatsApp? You send a WhatsApp to this number, and then I will, and then just send me a voice message. Okay, and I will then just give you something to translate. If you're on WhatsApp, Ron, but you can't do that, then what the fuck is wrong with you? No, but if you're on WhatsApp and you can't do that, I will add you in a second, but I'm just a little bit busy. So you can't add WhatsApp or you can't add me. Which is it? You can't add WhatsApp or you can't add me. Are you on WhatsApp? WhatsApp is a free. Didn't it used to be 59 pence? It's free. It's free on apps. So you need to go to the App Store. Okay. If you really can't do it, Ron, I will allow as an exception you to type your work here. But can you have a little look first? Do you have a smartphone? Yeah. You know, do you have a smartphone? All right. Have a look into it. Just go to either the App Store, or depends if you've got Android or Apple and stuff. So what's the other one called? Yeah, have a little look. If you can't do it, Ron, get back to me and I'll just let you type it here, and then we'll sort it out in the week. Now, Sue says she's late to the party. Sue, if you want some translation to do, let me know your level. Send me a WhatsApp with your level and your and just say hi, and then I'll give you something to translate. Oh, is this what it's got? Is this someone sent me, I'd like to join in, please. Is this Sue? Who is this? No one bloody juices themselves. No one bloody juices themselves with me. Hi, I really like your videos. Can I join? Is that Izzy? Is that who is this? Yes, I'm level intermediate advanced. Who the fuck are you? So it's not Sue. Who is this? Who is this person? There might be level intermediate advanced. They're not level intermediate advanced socially. They haven't even given me a name. You're very welcome, but I need to know who is this. It's Izzy. From now, Izzy, I'm going to guess you're pretty young and you're a millennial that doesn't do things like the old-fashioned way. So I would like you to remember to... Okay, so Lizzie, it's important that one introduces oneself in this kind of situation. Otherwise, Luke couldn't have recognized me. Good, that's for our Izzy. You're very welcome, Iz, but I need to know who the hell you are. Sue, are you joining us as well then? Do you want one as well? So while I've got you there, I will add Izzy to the group, YouTube Izzy. Actually, no, I'm not going to add you because I won't remember. Izzy, send me a message later and I'll add you to the WhatsApp general group as opposed to individually. Okay, Sue, so I've got YouTube, Sue, it's beginner, very basic French level. That's absolutely fine, Sue, you're very welcome. So my name is Sue and I want to improve my French with my friend Luke. He wants to help me. That's for Sue. And can I just say, guys, some of the people here were at your level and they're now flying. Well, by definition, everybody was at one point. But what I mean is in the time that we've been doing this. So you are completely welcome. You could fly, you could even overtake them. I've seen people overtake. So you are very welcome. This is not just an advanced class. This is a basic class to push you, right? Can I stress, this isn't a business push, but really, it's the reason I've done it is to help people so that we don't repeat stuff. There are the WhatsApp, sorry, there are the grammar podcast files available, 110 at the moment, no more than 4. So 4 minutes explanation of every topic, 4 minutes examples of every topic. Okay, if you are genuinely trying to learn everything, every tense, every bit of stuff, I can't recommend them enough. Please email me, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. Let me know if you're based in America or the US, and I will send you either, or wherever you're based. But if you're in England, I send a bank details, and if you're anywhere else, I send a PayPal. And basically, for 25 quid, you have from the beginning all the way to the end of French, like in 4-minute little bites and examples. I'm sorry, it's bloody brilliant. So I don't mean to push my own wares, but it is decent. So if you're starting and you're like, I want to be able to do the stuff other people are doing in the class, I don't want to spend hours and hours on the videos, then do drop me an email about that. Okay. Hi, Akil Koala. You're very welcome. Send me a WhatsApp. Lovely to see you here. Ron, I don't know what on earth is going on. If you just tell me your number, Ron, because of privacy, you're very welcome to type your number here, or if you just send me an email. If you send me an email with your number to that, I will add you myself and see what the hell is going on. Right, Marcy, we're back with Marcy, right? Oh, lots to do with Marcy. So, hang on. Marcy. What did I give Marcy? That's it, Marcy and Claire. If Claire's listening, this is what you went through last week, Claire. Sorry, remembering the pronouns. So Luc nous parle. Great, lovely. Perfect, Marcy. I see him direct. Je le vois. Now, can I stress, if you've got me, you singular, you plural, and us, you've got me and te and nous and vous for all the situations, direct, indirect, reflexive, reciprocal, doesn't matter, all right? By definition, you can't have reciprocal on single people, you need plural. It's only the third people that you're going to end up making your decision between ce for self, reflexive or reciprocal, le, la, les for direct, and lui and leur for indirect. So anything else, fine, all right? Good, Marcy, great so far. Let me keep listening. I'm very impressed. What Marcy does as well, guys, I can't recommend this enough, is she keeps her voice going as she's working it out. Je le vois, je lui parle, that kind of thing. And it just then gets you to learn it as a sequence. So I speak to him, je lui, well done on the pronoun Mars, but it's je lui parle. Yeah, because speak is parler and say is dire. Good, good lady? No, so Marcy, good, but wrong there. So as I've been saying to people, the pronoun goes before all the verbs unless there's an infinitive. So I'll do that one. I'll do another one for you. Luc saw, Luc a vu. Luc saw me, Luc m'a vu. So correct, Marcy, but think, where's that pronoun going to go? Bits before verb is the slogan we talk about, all right? But you've recognized the correct one I need, but think of the order. The only time it won't go there, Marcy, is if you've got an infinitive. Yeah, I'm going to speak to him, je vais lui parler. Lovely. So, je le dirai, Marcy, is good French for it will say. So you've conjugated the future beautifully, ré. Again, speak is parler. So think what you did with dirai, do it with parler. Also, Marcy, you're speaking to him. So to him is not going to be le, is it? What are the indirect pronouns? They are lui and leur. Okay, so think, but the order's right there because you've got one verb, right? So there, Marcy, je vais, lui, perfect order. But what you need to remember, Marcy, is that the reason it goes in that order is because it's gone before the infinitive. So je vais, lui, and I need the infinitive form. I need the long form at the end of that one. All right, good. No, so I was seeing him, Mars. Think to yourself, are you seeing anybody else? Is it direct or indirect? Yeah. Now, don't just be sensitized to the word to. Don't think, oh, does it contain a to in English? Therefore, it's indirect. Or there's plenty of things in French which don't contain the to. So, for example, I give him my keys. The things that have been given are the keys, but I'm giving something to him. So you do really well, Marcy. Again, I'm not being funny. You do very well from the grammar podcast, but the videos on the pronouns. So email me at the end of the class, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com, and I will send you the package of all the videos. That's free. The videos are free. The podcasts are a little bit more efficient. Those you have to pay for. All right, but email me that, Marcy, and I'll quite happily send you whatever you ask for. So could you just, Marcy, there's some good work gone on there, but can you do those again? Exactly the same examples again, remembering what I told you. All right. Good. Where are we back? Oh gosh, we're all the way back. Hi, Luke. It's Don. Don. I've forgotten your level. Let's give Don something. Okay. So Don has just arrived. Luke is happy that he is here. That's for Don. Amy? Luc veut me parler à propos de la région à laquelle, feminine, because it's une région, je m'intéresse. Perfect. Okay, next one for Amy. Okay, there is an interesting mix of history given its location and on a linguistic level, the Basque culture has made it interesting. I'll just use interesting. Okay, that's fine. Not all of it, obviously, but some of it. Amy? Yeah, so basically, be careful. I love that you know that it's le, la, lesquels, because it's s'intéresser à. I love that you know that à and lequel do become auquel, but if it's feminine, à laquelle. Yeah, and keep that la high in the mouth, à laquelle. And keep these quick. Keep these quick. I was saying this to John, who did a similar one earlier. You keep the lequel quick. You are never going to hear in proper French, l'homme avec qui je parle. You're never going to have that. Ouais, l'homme avec qui je parle. You know, relative pronouns are quick. They're said quickly, all right? Lovely. Now, let me just quickly check, because I promised someone I'd check an email. I know it's slow going, guys, but it's just so that I can give everybody my time. And these are free. So I haven't had an email from the chappie who wanted to join. The fellow that wanted to join, I do apologize, I've forgotten your name. Is it Ron? I haven't had an email from you, Ron. So Ron, if you just quickly type your level, and if you just type it for this week, and we'll sort out in the week how you can do the speaking. So if you just quickly type your level so I can give you something straight away. Right. YouTube Alex Australia. I've had enough of this kind of thing. Last time we spoke about it, he'd just been on holiday, which really pisses me off. Good. Lovely. J'ai eu assez, or j'en avais marre. Now, this is an interesting thing. So we've been talking, particularly with some people like Jerry, about on can be some, or it can be when you've replaced de. But in this expression, j'en ai marre, you've got the en and you've got what comes next. So if you said, I've had enough of your shit, J'en ai marre de votre mère, de ta mère. So you'd be like, but you're using the de and you're using the on. So you could say, j'ai eu assez, or, what was your original thing? J'ai eu assez de, or j'en ai marre de. So you can use the, you can use the on. So what I'm saying is, j'en ai marre, we use on, even if you've got what's coming next. Ce genre de choses, my favorite thing. Do not, guys, say this kind of thing. Do not say cette sorte. Do not say ce type. Yeah, they are correct, but they're a bit franglais. Yeah, so try and use ce genre de choses. Last time we spoke about it, no. So the last time we spoke about it, la dernière fois que nous en avons parlé, yes, but to me, if we spoke, it means we spoke to each other. Yeah. So in other words, you need to bring in the don't wait for the each other and selves, yeah, to be really obvious for you. If I say, right, Marcy and I met. French goes, lovely. Who did you and Marcy meet? And we go, oh, we didn't. We met each other. Oh, well, tell me that then. French needs to hear that. All right. So that bit needs to come again. He'd just been on holiday. Now, I don't mind the insertion of juste. I don't mind the juste. But remember, the thing that's giving me the just is the venez de. So I now, present tense, Luke, right now, have just spoken about Marcy. Je viens de. I come from, present tense. So I had just would be I then, that moment, I was coming from. So well done, it would be je venais, not venez, because you do not pronounce the verb venez. The verb is venir. You guys really need to get on top of your u, ou, e. Okay, je venais de. You can throw in a juste, but that just makes it a little bit more, a smaller link. You know, I've only just done this. Je viens juste. Yeah, je viens de. Je venais de. All right. Je venais juste. He's just been on holiday. D'être en vacances. I don't necessarily need partir en vacances, which really pisses me off. Ce qui m'a très énervé. No. Ce qui m'a. So, je suis très énervé. You can use énervé with très when it is an adjective. Okay, when it is an adjective, Alex. So, I'm very annoyed. Je suis très énervé. When you are using énervé as the past participle, and let's be bloody honest, verbs that end in an E acute are often used as adjectives. I am motivated. Je suis motivé. He motivated me. Il m'a motivé. So don't orally get used to using très in the wrong place. Do you understand the difference? So in other words, if you annoyed me a lot, then it's not going to be très. Okay, so that one again, please, if you don't mind. Ben, I've just had a private WhatsApp. Je viens d'avoir un WhatsApp privé from somebody personal, from somebody else. And I was like, wow, is he in the class? And then I realized it's just because it's coming at the same time. I was like, damn, is he learning French? Anyway. So I should never have. We've got a should from Benjamin. Let me bring it up. I should never have. Where's that one? If I look up aloud, it's not coming up on the search. There we go. I should never have allowed them to do it for me, but at the time I had no other choice, but I recognize it was wrong. Okay, yes. J'avais pas d'autre choix. This is my point, Ben. If you don't have anything, you don't need to use an article. So if you say I haven't got a sister, you say j'ai pas de sœur. You don't say je n'ai pas d'une sœur. Yeah. So you don't need an article, fella. You don't need an article. Those of you that are here, it would be really useful if you could just click like while you're here so that in future the video gets a bit more attention. By the way, I always forget to say this. Lovely. So Ben, I'm going to move on from that one. I haven't got any money. I haven't got any money. One is going to be a bit more of a stress. Okay. He couldn't have settled the bill if I hadn't allowed him to make use of my card. Now, the word to make use of, Ben, is se servir de. All right, I'd like that one. Great one for you, Cherry, when pimping A-levels. Yeah? Se servir de instead of use. This is from, is this Cherry? Yep, great. Nice, Cherry. What I love about you is your accent's solid. So once we've got the grammar sorted, you're going to be in a better position to learn a lot of grammar very quickly because you're going to then remember it, yeah, muscle memory-wise. I really can't recommend a private session enough with you, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah, you will fly. You really will. There's a lot of potential with you, but there's a lot that you don't yet know. And I have a feeling that that's not your fault. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're doing A-level, so why the hell have you not been shown this? All right? I can't remember what I gave you to say. These classes. It's useful that Luke is doing these classes. C'est utile que Luke fasse ses cours. It's fantastic that he's done some this month. C'est utile qu'il en ait fait ce mois. Yeah, I think that's what you're trying to say. Lovely. Next one for Cherry. I'm interested in this kind of thing. I'm interested in it. I'm pushing this verb again, Cherry. Lovely. And I'd also like at the end of it, I bought myself some. It's fantastic. Let's just be classic. That I bought myself some. Both of those are for Cherry. Ron, can't add. I cannot add the phone number to finally come through. Ron, bless your heart. The reason I asked you to email me, Ron, fella, is because I needed you to email me your number so I can add your number. The reason I asked you to email was for privacy. You're very welcome to leave it here, but I'm saying, so could you email me your number? Yeah? Could you email me your number, Ron? Could you very quickly email me your telephone number, including area code, so I can add it? Okay? That's good. We'll get this sorted, Ron. We will. We had the same thing with a lot of other people, and then we finally got them done. So can you email me your number? You can write it here, but just for discretion, I'm just being a bit more professional. If you email it me, I'll then add you myself, all right? And then I'll say hi to you. WhatsApp is a worthless app. Lovely, John. So the man I work for made me very happy. L'homme pour qui je travaille m'a rendu très heureux, m'a rendu heureux. Don't let your m'a rendu, John, don't let U drift into ou. It's not rendu, it's rendu. Okay? Lovely. So yesterday I got washed. Hier, je me suis lavé. Well done. People like Cherry, if you wrote a reflexive past for yourself and it was you that washed yourself, not all poetry pasts are going to have an E and an S. It depends whether it's direct or indirect. But je me suis lavé would certainly have an extra E on the end for ladies. Gorgeous, John. Now, I'd like you to say both of those again straight away, smoothly. Okay? And I'd like you to do exactly the same thing, same sentences, using en instead of je. So use, we got da-da-da-da, and Cherry's happy that we da-da-da. So I'd like you to say, and I'd like you to say it smoothly. I'd like you to say it smoothly. I don't mind if you say these things twice, but what is my point? You've got to say it smoothly. You won't learn the poetry part. You won't learn sequences if you go brick, brick, brick. Why would you? Yeah. Take from Marcy. Connect it all up. It was lovely, but connect it all up. Go again. Haven't got Ron's email yet. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I do these in order, guys. I promise. Next one is no. Was tense. What's the verb in s'en prendre? Prendre. It might have some extra crap in it, but what's the verb? That's going in the was tense. Lovely. Je lui en veux. Je lui en veux. Parce qu'il m'a fait chier. Lovely. That's lovely. First bit again. Yeah, first bit again. Okay. Just so Lee, first bit again, and then this. Okay. I mean, prendre is used in a lot of compounds. Oh putain, il me prend la tête. He's doing my head in. He's taking my head. Yeah. I mean, prendre. In other words, Lee, I need that in the bloody was tense. What are Uncle Lukey's rules? Have or has, use the 1, 2, 3. Was, were, used to, use the to. That's a definite case for the imperfect there, fella. Yeah, and you know how to do that verb. So I'm going to give you something else though. I used to take my medication before I took before taking my exams. It would have made it easier for me, but I was taking. I love exams. I've never once taken medication for exams. I'm not saying there's anything wrong if anybody did used to enjoy exams. Not so good on flying. So finish the one you've done, correct that for me, and then that is for Lee. I might push to an hour and a half tonight. I'm feeling generous. But in return, really genuinely mean this. Get yourself the pods. Get yourself the grammar pod. It's not that I'm not prepared to teach you stuff. It's not that the videos aren't good, but that is something you can walk around with. There's a complete list in order. Yeah, there's a numbered list of stuff from the beginning to the end. So there's 110 of them, roughly at the moment. I may add some more on, but they would just be expression style stuff. But the grammar of all the verbs of everything we talk about. So really, that's 50, because there's 4 minutes of the explanation and 4 minutes of the examples. So it's 55 little things to learn. So you could do that without the examples if you wanted to. I can't recommend them enough. They're life-changing. They really are decent. Logic language learning me. Have I heard from Ron? I feel a bit bad that we haven't had an email from Ron. I get so pissed off when random birds send me Facebook requests. Who are these women that just send Facebook requests to people? Ben's recording, someone's recording. Susie, I've got Susie. Right, so it's Sue. I need to give what she's got. She's got a look. When I hear some voice in French, I don't absolutely. makes me want to work with them and makes me want to push them. My name is Sue and I want to improve my French with my friend Luke. He wants to help me. Lovely, Sue. So you're not beginner plus. I think you're doing a bit better than that. So all I would say is, je veux améliorer mon français. Very nice accent. Notice, Sue, that if you said my French is improving, it's a reflexive verb. So mon français, that would then be reflexive. He wants to help me. So Sue, I'm going to give my improving, which will be reflexive. Okay. Luke should help me because he has just said he liked my voice. I get the impression, you, Sue, that you've just jumped on board, but you're going to go and suck a lot of this up. So any of you guys, this class is not a recruitment thing for private classes. I have more than enough private work. I have a waiting list at some times of the day. Some of you I've worked with privately anyway. Some of you have come here because we've done privately. Some of you I've done one-offs with to increase or improve the voice. But if anybody wants that kind of thing, you're more than welcome. But can you just email me that? Can you keep it separate? No, can you email me about videos? And can you WhatsApp me about lesson stuff? Because it always just gets in a mix. And I just about booking me or lessons, and it doesn't have to be every week. It could just be one-offs. Can you please just WhatsApp me? Keep that to the WhatsApp. Right, back to the people. Good God, it's like a sea of green. All of a sudden, is that showing? It's like a sea of green. Right, so Don has given me. So Don's just arrived. Luke is happy that he's here. So Don, two things. The verb to arrive is an être verb. So if I said Don has arrived, number one, that would be with être. Second thing, Don, to say you've just done something, as I was talking about with someone else earlier, is to say you coming from doing it. So I'm going to need to hear Don is coming from doing it. Imagine you were saying Don is coming from Paris. Don comes from Paris. So you're going to need to say Don is coming from arriving. That is how you say the best way of saying you've just done something. All right. Now Luke is happy. That's lovely. But when you say Luke is happy, that's an emotion. So if you've got Luke is happy, then the word que, then another clause, as our dear friend Cherry has just discovered or been reminded of, that is subjunctive. So Don, you email me Logic Language Learning, and I will send you the videos. They're free. They're totally free on the subjunctive. When you've watched them and you want to test yourself, all right, email me and I'll give you the details to buy the podcast, and they've got the example checkers. So you can check your knowledge. But email me for the videos for free. You can have the podcast from the beginning for free if you want to pay for them from the beginning. But I'm saying if you want to watch the videos first, I'm more than happy to do that, all right? So could you go again, Don, with the changes I've talked to you about? Okay, right. So Dion. So Don, Dion, you give me Don est juste arrivé. Now, you've done me correctly the être verb. You have. But like as I was saying to Don, it'd be nice to say Don. Yeah, okay. And you've got a lovely accent, but like I've just said, Dion, have you done the subjunctive before? Have you done it in any way, shape, or form? Can you just let me know? Could you just type here now in the box, in the chat? Could you just type whether you've done the subjunctive? Just literally type it for me, because I need to know when I'm going to give you an example. So could you just type in this thing here? Okay. It's Izzy. Good God, Izzy. Jesus. Have I missed those? There's a load of green and I've only just seen them. I do apologise. Did I miss you? No, I'm sure I didn't miss you. Right. Right. Go again and say, right, I'm going to. That's lovely. Luke wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, n'aurait pas pu. That's lovely. Me reconnaître. No, that's lovely, Izzy. That's really nice. That's nice. Now, Izzy, I'd like this. I'd like. Right. So this is for Dion. Correct? Okay. I don't think we've spoken before, Dion, but I am happy that you come today. See us today. That's for Dion. Go as quickly as you can. I'll try and mark it. Can you give me it's important that we introduce ourselves using nous. It's important we introduce. No, it's excellent. You introduced to each other. Yeah, so that we can continue to talk about it. Lovely. That's for is. Good. It's important that one introduces oneself. Oh, you've done that one before. Alex? What was the original? No, so Alex, I'm going to move you on, but the point is, if you were using a reflexive past, so we spoke to each other, on s'est parlé or nous nous sommes parlé. Agreed? Yes, you were. And with all due respect, it's not right. So we were speaking to each other, nous nous sommes parlé. So we spoke to each other, nous nous sommes parlé or on s'est parlé. Agreed? Yeah. So in other words, you're merely inserting an on into that. Yeah. Don't be scared. Of course you can do that. In the speaking to each other, the indirect nature is the speaking to each other. There's nothing about bringing in an element of what you're saying to each other. You can do that as well. All right. So can you just finally do that for me? Do it for me. Do it for me just to get it in your mouth. Say, we spoke about it. Make all of these reflexive. You, plural, spoke about it. They spoke about it. Then go again. We had spoken. About, yeah. So can you basically do we, vous, il? Yeah. No, say elle. Let's be politically correct. Let's have an L. So nous, vous, il. We spoke about it. You plural spoke about it. They spoke about it, and then pop them all into the pluperfect. Okay. And then Alex, can you do them all three again? This time beginning with it's useful that, and what's going to come after that. So in other words, I'm after 3 times 3. All right. Amy, remember to sodding remind me the English you're doing. Mix. Culture's made it into the... Let me just check one thing. Ron is finally here. 1 second. I thought he would have done. Let me see if I can. Right, Ron's number. Why don't people put put country codes in? It's a good job it's America and I know where it is. Right. 1 second. This is going to take a while. Let me go as quickly as I can. But I'm nice, so I'm bothered. 1 second. It's really weird American stuff on WhatsApp. You've got to have +1 brackets area code and then a hyphen between the first 3 and the 7 digits. Yeah, it's really odd. So if I go, I just go to call it and don't call it. +1. Hmm. 364. Sorry for the pause, guys, but poor old Ron has been battling to try and join us in 21st century technologically. So even if it doesn't work out for this week, at least we're good for next week. That's it. I've just rung Ron's number. Oh, what's that, Ron? Gosh, Ron is responding with utter filth, pure filth. Who knew he had it in him? I'm sorry about this, guys. I will get to your work, but I've just got to try and create new contact. Those of you that are new this week, not now, but can you send me in about 25 minutes so I'll remember to do it? Can you send me a request to add you to the interactive WhatsApp group? And then I know where you are if I need to talk to you. So YouTube, that includes you, Ron. So then you'll be kept abreast of stuff. Contact saved. Lovely. Right, now let's go over to here. New contact. Anybody under the age of 35 must think I'm so daft. So YouTube Ron. Everybody that I met on YouTube is called YouTube. YouTube Ron. God, there's so many. Good. So Ron, right. So Ron, can you remind me your level? Straight away. Right, back we come. So I'm not going to give anybody any more now. We're just going to correct, apart from Ron, I might give Ron one, just to correct the ones I've got, because I've got a stack to mark. So no more new stuff from anybody, all right? But I will get through everybody's before we finish. Jesus Christ. Sorry, but there's a lot ready. So Marcy, oh my gosh, there's a lot of work. So guys, you're welcome to stay until everybody else's is done because you're going to learn a lot, all right? Good, I see him, je le vois. I saw him, je l'ai vu. Good, Marcy. So we've got I saw, j'ai vu, je l'ai vu. In other words, you're putting the le before the second, the auxiliary a. Good. Je le voyais. Yeah, je le voyais. Careful, Marcy, because the present of the verb to be, to see, goes voir, 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 nous voyons, by definition in my method. And the hard letter is a bit peculiar, but if you think, Marcy, of words like clairvoyant or a voyeur, that Y makes itself available. Lovely. Je lui parle. Good, Marcy. Lovely. Je lui ai parlé. Mars, this is great work. Good work. So what you're basically realizing is that le, la, and les, all the auxiliaries begin with an open mouth. So j'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont. So when you link those in the past, je l'ai or je les ai, tu as, tu les as, il a, il les a. Great, Marcy. Marcy, I couldn't be happier. This is why I do what I do. You've got it. You've totally got the system. You've totally got when we do which one. You've understood the difference between direct and indirect, and you've understood where it. Let's listen to your last one. Perfect, Marcy. Ré-ra-ron. What's your shortcut for the will? Ré-ra-ron. Ré-ra-ron. Je lui parlerai. Lovely. Welcome to keep coming every progress. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. Message me in half an hour, or if you've not gone to bed or whatever, because I think you're England number as well, aren't you? So message me and remind me to add you to the interactive group. All right. That's just if I remind people when I'm on YouTube and all this business. All right. Good. Excellent work. If you absorb other grammar at the speed I've told you that, it's just literally a case of you sitting down, listening to stuff, learning it, you'll be fine. Brilliant work, Marcy. Really pleased. You should be very pleased. Lovely. Next up, that's Marcy done. John. Still John, a hint of je me sois lavé. Forget the fact the subjunctive for us as English speakers is hard, is different. Your mind is going, I'm going to show off to Luke that I've got that subjunctive right. It's an auxiliary verb, fella. You don't stress it. Where je me sois lavé? Luc est content que je me... You don't stress it. Even if you went slowly, ouais, Luc est content que je me sois lavé, you wouldn't stress the auxiliary. You certainly wouldn't stress the subjunctive, all right? So, bit for you and your goals, more, why do I push people joining up their speech? Because we speak joined up in French, so there's no point practicing speaking like this, because then you are screwed when you listen to French. Oui, not on mais, is it? What are the poetry parts? Je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, on s'est, yeah, not on mais. On s'est lavé. So I think you do you see what I talk about? Getting your oral mouth going. Okay. On se soit lavé. On se soit lavé. All right. Les. Prenez. Les. Prenez. No, on s'en prenait. Yeah. The verb is prendre. Je prends, tu prends, il prend. Nous prenons, vous prenez, ils prennent. But the verb, therefore, like all imperfects, if you're not sure what you're doing, go to the nous form in the present tense. Nous prenons, use that as your base. On prenait, yeah? But yes, well done. And I will try with you and Ben to introduce more of these, very, very French ABCs, because that's a nice direction for you two to go in. Speak of the devil, here's Ben. So I haven't got any money. He couldn't have settled the bill if I hadn't allowed him. Let me just check here. So I've got Ben's in front of me. Allowed. Do please still stay, even if your one's been marked, because I think it's respect for the people. Bill, the word bill. I haven't got any money. I haven't got any money. He couldn't have settled the bill if I hadn't allowed him to make use of my card. Right. Lovely. So, je n'ai pas d'argent. So you're like John. I mean, I know you've done a lot more, but basically get used to saying it smoothly. Je n'ai pas d'argent. Ouais, moi, je n'ai pas d'argent. Yeah. He couldn't have settled. Now, careful. Careful, Ben, because that's wrong. He couldn't settle was il ne pouvait pas, or régler, rather than payer. Two things, guys. Could can go both ways. All last week, John could tell, the past tense, John pouvait, or John could mention this in his lesson on Friday, John pourrait. But careful, could have, you've not done would, should, and could yet, John, yourself, but could have, auxiliary past. Aurait pu. So he couldn't have, il aurait pas pu. The reason you were given that, is so that because you mess it. So il aurait pas pu, yeah, il n'aurait pas pu le régler if I hadn't allowed him to make use of my card. Si je ne lui avais pas permis de se servir de ma carte. Si je ne lui avais pas permis de se servir de ma carte. Je ne lui avais, had, auxiliary. So what comes after the auxiliary? The past participle. Je ne lui avais pas permis. Yeah? Do you understand? I have allowed. J'ai permis. I allowed him. Je lui ai permis. I had allowed him. Je lui avais permis. Yeah, it's got to be avait plus a past participle. Yeah? Lovely work. Don't think I'm being mean, but wrong. Yeah, okay. Right, so basically, Cherry, your brain goes, oh yeah, reflexive, so reflexive past. Nice instinct that you feel comfortable with that, but sometimes reflexive verbs are in the present. S'intéresser à, je m'intéresse à. Present tense, moi je m'intéresse à ce genre de choses. I'm interested in it. Right, so you do the à. This is what it is. Je m'intéresse à ce genre de choses. Je m'y intéresse. E replacing à and what comes next. I can't wait to do our lesson. I cannot wait to do our lesson. Out of anyone I've ever wanted to teach, that voice is so good at a French accent, but the grammar, we've got to sort you. If you've used reflexive, so yes, you're thinking subjunctive A because it's subjunctive. But A is normally A for j'ai anyway. I mean, the subjunctive is I have, j'ai, but the subjunctive sounds the same. It's just spelled differently. But if I bought myself it, je me suis acheté, je m'en sois acheté, or whatever it was I gave you. So reflexive past, je me suis, that will become reflexive, Cherry. Yeah, je me suis acheté, je m'en sois acheté. Okay. WhatsApp me either today or tomorrow. We're going to do a session. I cannot get that across enough. Okay. Really, you have the voice to do and the speed to do well, but you've been undertaught. All right? Not your fault. I'm not being mean, but you've been undertaught. Okay, and you have the absolute potential. So get in contact because this is an A level. These people are doing hobbies, but this is your A level. So get in touch. Susie. So pause. Mon français s'améliore. I've just realised that I didn't manage to get any through to Ron. Ron, next week we're all good to go. I do apologise. I'm really busy. Okay. I'm so sorry, but next week we're all good to go, and I will make a real fuss of you. So be careful with this, guys. This is why I say everybody should join stuff up. If your mouth is used to saying, okay, so if I gave you manger and I ask you to give me the call, mange, Ron eats, fine. Just because I'm going reflexive, why am I not going to call? Why am I not going to the short form? Améliorer, améliore, s'améliore. Yeah, why am I going to s'améliorer? Now, s'améliorer exists, so it should be in your brain somewhere because that is was improving. Yeah, so don't forget, don't be the queen of the infinitive. I teach a woman called Brenda. I call her the queen of the infinitive because every verb that comes out is in the infinitive. Yeah. So, yeah. Lovely. So devrait, lovely. Well done, though. Lovely. Would, couldn't, should. Excellent.
Parce qu'il dit qu'il aime ma voix.
Because he said, what did I say? What did I give you, Sue? Let's have a look. But he just said he comes from saying Sue. Now, maybe you gave me that before I gave you this before you gave this back to me. But I've said today in the lesson, the expression to have just done something is to come from doing something. You know, je viens de. So he has just said he likes my voice. Is he comes from? It's very easy. We use the present tense of come. We use the preposition de, and then we use the infinitive. So il vient de dire qu'il aime ma voix. All right. Dion? No, again, Dion. All of you guys, we have spoken is not automatically nous avons parlé. If there's a hint of we have spoken to each other, it will not, it's implicit in French. That means it's you just assume that. You have to know. If I said Dion and I, we have spoken, nous avons parlé, French is then anticipating you've spoken to whom, all right? We've spoken to Ron, poor Ron. So nous avons parlé à Ron. We've spoken when it means we've spoken to each other. Nous nous sommes parlé. That is why. Are you doing something reflexively or reciprocally? Is it in the past? Poetry past. Podcast. That's all I'm going to say. Podcast. $30. Podcast. 25 pounds. Podcast. If you want to get through all the grammar on my videos without having to watch hours and hours and hours of videos, sodding podcasts. That's what I've worked my ass off for them. They are based on the learning and the need of. Putain, Luc, parle en anglais, quoi. Speak in English. They're based on what this class needs. That is why they've been done. Email them. I cannot recommend them enough. In other words, I don't think that we've spoken. Now, not only would that be reflexive past, Cherry, pay attention. That would be reflexive past with a subjunctive. So, nous nous sommes parlé, nous nous soyons parlé. Je pense pas qu'on se soit parlé. Yeah, je pense pas qu'on se soit parlé, rather than on s'est parlé. But I'm happy that you've come to see us today. Je suis content que tu sois venu. Yeah, nothing to do with just. That would be venir de. So, je suis content que tu sois venu. Poetry, subjunctive in the middle. Être past. Yeah. Nous voir. Yeah. Izzy?
It's important that we introduce ourselves. Il est important que nous nous présentions.
Lovely. Il est important que nous nous présentions. So, Izzy, nice voice. Okay, like Jerry, nice voice. But remember to really play hard on the U, U, E, E. And when you learn a word from now on, or when you're reading, if you want some appropriate reading for your level, drop me an email and I'll send you some stuff. You really need to get into the muscle memory, my darling, of whether an E is there or an Don't think, has it got an accent on it? No, the accent will go on it based on how it's pronounced, but learn physically the memory of where it is. You should not at your level be saying présenter. Yeah, your name is not Ozzy or Azzy. All right, it's a different vowel. So yeah, if you want to speak to me about that privately, separately, message me afterwards. All right. But good. I shall push you more next week. I didn't quite know your level.
It's important that we introduce ourselves. Il est important que nous nous présentions. It's excellent that we've introduced ourselves so that we can continue. Il est excellent que nous nous ayons.
Now is, if you're using a reflexive, nous nous sommes parlé. Yeah, if that was going in the past. Yeah, if we were doing something to ourselves, if we were doing it reflexively or reciprocally. Guys, I keep using those words today. Do you understand the difference? Reflexive is when someone does something to themselves. So, you know, I to myself, you to yourself, he to himself, she to herself, they, you plural to yourselves, or you formal, and they to themselves. Reciprocal is when two, so it needs to be plural or more, do the same and the opposite action to each other. So, for example, if Dion and I get washed, nous nous lavons, we're washing, that means we're getting washed. That would also, in French, mean Dion and I wash each other, which is a whole other story. Do, 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 do. No phone, please. I don't use soap. I use a soap-free gel-based aloe vera cleanser. Dear. Yeah, so in other words, that is reciprocal. So, for example, Ron and I met, on s'est rencontrés. Poetry past brings in reflexive or reciprocal. And most of the time, apart from whether or not you've got E's and S's on the end, that will make the difference. Orally, grammar-wise, it's the same. So in other words, it's excellent that we introduced ourselves. Il est excellent, c'est excellent qu'on se soit présent, nous soyons présentés. You understand? So that we can continue. Nearly there, guys. Bear with me. Pour qu'on puisse continuer.
J'aurais dû utiliser pour que nous puissions.
No, you're fine. En puissions, nous puissions, that's fine. Right, lovely. I'm sorry we didn't get to you, Ron, but we're good and ready for next week. Yeah, you are my first port of call next week. Right, Alex? So nous nous en sommes parlé, good. So you've got to remember the vous en avez parlé is great French. This is what I talk about with John. Muscle memory. Muscle memory. Your mouth isn't wrong when it says vous en avez parlé. It isn't wrong. It isn't wrong. It's what I call not right now. It's not right versus not right now. Is the French vous en avez parlé good French? Yeah. Yeah, fine. But if I want to say you've spoken about it to each other, vous vous êtes parlé, like I've just been saying reciprocally, vous vous en êtes parlé. You can shove in an en in the middle of a reflexive pronoun in the past. You can, yeah? Je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, il se sent, je m'en suis, tu t'en es, il s'en est, nous nous en sommes, vous vous en êtes, il s'en sent. Those of you that don't understand that, when you're looking up in my videos or if you're buying the podcast and you want to look, I give you the number. It is basically when you insert E into a reflexive past. And all of these sodding ABC verbs are going to need to do that. So, for example, s'occuper de quelque chose, je m'en, methodology, I call it the cluster. It's when you've got the reflexive and the en, all right? So, nous nous en sommes parlé, nous nous en sommes parlé, okay? On s'est parlé, on s'en est parlé. It's difficult to say it slowly. Vous vous êtes parlé, vous vous en êtes parlé, okay? So, you're going to need to stick that in, all right? If you don't understand what I'm on about, logic, email me. Ron? Well, Ron, because we've had a bit of a mess around and you've been faffed around a little bit, have 20-minute session for free on me. So WhatsApp me about that, because you've really tried laboriously and valiantly to be involved in the class, and I don't want you feeling a bit despondent. So I don't often do this, but have a 20-minute session on me. So if you just WhatsApp me, and also my father-in-law, well, my ex-father-in-law, you know, separation, divorce, he's from Texas. Well, no, he now lives in Texas, so I'm a little bit fond of Texas. So yes, don't cry on camera, Luke. So great. So I think everybody's got some stuff to be working on. Logic language learning. Let me type out the email again. I was in a real good mood after this class, and that's just brought me right down. Oh dear. Logic language learning. This is where you go, we still love you, Luke, even if other people don't. logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. If you are new, if you are new if you haven't WhatsApped me before, can you please send me a message saying, Luke, can you add me to the YouTube interactive group? And I will do so. If you're interested in the grammar or the vocab package, there will also be a package for those that want to do the constant high-level translation. It's just listening to people's translation classes. That will be available soon as well. Email me and I will invoice you for that. Just PayPal or a British bank transfer. You don't need a PayPal account. If you want any video sending, can you if you want to say hi and say, Luke, we're sorry that you're a sad emo bastard and got really down at the end of the class, you're welcome to do that on WhatsApp. Otherwise, WhatsApp is just for booking of classes and all this kind of business. I hope you all learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Do please type in the comments underneath this video once it's gone up that you found it useful. I think because I'm Landon, I think everybody's come forward a little bit and we're all closer to you guys speaking the French that you need to speak. So I hope that was useful. I shall see you next week. All right, I shall see you guys next week. Lovely, those of you that were new, lovely to see you. Izzy, I shall see you next week. Jerry, I should probably speak to you in the week. Lovely, Sue. Yeah, and those of you that want recommendations based on what you've got, okay, if you want if you want a recommendation of stuff to watch video wise, then do just email me. All right, I'm going to go and eat a crap load now in a desperate comfort eating bid, and I will speak to you all soon. Best wishes, take care.